Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and of course, elevate the medium of comics. Today is no different. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me, I've got Tad. Hey, Tad. You know what? And it's funny because once I find those sound effects, I'm going to have to slip them in post-credit and find the spot every day,
Right.
where I do that.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to mark it pretty quickly. And
I
it's
could buy
like
one of
early
those.
on.
I do have. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could program
Right.
so what I've got here is
button?
a programmable keyboard here, basically, where I could program a button to basically do the thwip on command. That would be kind of cool. Anywho, so we're back with another great week of comic books and news. Of course, there's some good news. What's going on in comics this week?
Distillery launched their digital comics.
That's awesome because I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So far, I mean, they've got that weird plan, where they're dropping the stuff in a limited window and then they're resellable, but they're not NFTs. It looks like the what it means by them not being NFTs is they don't actually look downloadable at the moment. Looks like you have access to the digital comic on their reader.
Okay.
But it's still kind of in beta. So
Yeah.
far they've only dropped the what did they call that first one? The one that had Devil's Due.
Yeah.
The one that had, and for the first 24 hours they dropped it for $1. So I bought my digital copy for $1. So I could play with it. Also, interestingly, they do separate covers.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked the Becky Cloonan cover, not that it matters when it's digital, but
for the longest time when it came to physical, I only picked cover A.
right.
Because I had in my head that was the first cover. That should be the one that you. I don't know. Now
I tend towards cover A's myself. But it depends on what's cool. And I have the cover A for the physical edition, so it's only $1. I'm not buying them all. Digital, I don't know why it matters, but I'm gonna buy the different cover.
Too bad you can't just pay 50 cents and buy the different cover and have you know what I mean, and have that artwork.
Well, I mean, it's not like you can't just go get the artwork.
I know.
I mean, Dal Bush of Challengers, that's his regular thing. He's like, if I like the artwork on a variant cover, I don't need to buy the variant cover. I can go on the internet and look at the artwork or the artwork.
That's true.
So
I usually don't,
which I think is why you now have DC, and this is kind of a cool idea. I've been known to buy them every once in a while. DC has been putting out their I think this week they've got a Birds of Prey just covers.
That's cool.
I think they call it uncovered, but it's a comic book size where it's just covers.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a way for you to have a more physical. But yeah. So
cool.
Second piece is Millar World moves to Dark Horse.
Where were they before?
Image,
that's what I
thought. Which means everything will get reprinted. There's some new stuff in the pipeline. Millar World is actually, I think, owned by Netflix at this point, so it makes a lot of sense that it had to do it to Dark Horse, because Dark Horse has a couple of other series that are doing stuff at Netflix, and Dark Horse has the comics license for Stranger Things, and so Dark Horse and Netflix have a much stronger connection than Netflix. And there was other Mark Millar stuff this week, but we're gonna leave that out because it was just a reminder that he's kind of a jerk.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm surprised you brought up this, but I mean, it is
It
good
was a
news.
slow. It was a slow news week.
Sure.
It was a slow news week.
Sure.
I didn't feel like getting into politics, and there wasn't a ton. I had to like dig.
Uh-huh.
I had to dig to get my 3 items because I wasn't in a let's talk about Trump saying, "Oh no, I won't be a dictator except on day one. On day one, I'll be a dictator."
Yep. Like, I don't think he thinks at all about what he's saying.
Hannity tried to throw him so many ropes, and he just wrapped them around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Except that his base seems to eat that shit up, which is just.
I agree.
So yeah, and then Amazon officially sunsets Comixology.
I've made the official switch
I did too.
last week.
In large part because it's not that different anyway.
No.
I mean, it's way different from how Comixology used to be when Comixology was cool. But
Right.
Comixology hasn't been that in a while now. I think my only annoyance with the way it's set up now
Mm-hmm.
is Kindle links to your Goodreads account, which is great. Because it makes it easier to log the books you're reading and like have the day you started them, day you ended them without doing extra steps, that sort of thing. But now every time I read a comic, it wants to add it to my Goodreads collection, and I've kind of deliberately kept those separate.
Yep.
Graphic novels I put in Goodreads.
Okay.
But I don't like the individual comics because, among other things, I use it to track how many books I've read in a year, but I don't count an individual floppy as a book.
Yeah.
So I now have to like go back and edit, click, 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 click.
Oh, that stinks.
Take those 5 digital comics So, I mean, first world problems, but
I don't utilize Goodreads at all. Is it fun? I mean, is it just to kind of keep track of your reading?
I mean, it's kind of a social network thing too. So, I mean, you can keep track of what friends are reading, etc.
Okay.
It's definitely a rating and review place. So, I like it for that, but I use it primarily to keep track of what I've read. I mean, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to put together my year-end list that we were just talking about off air.
Yep.
Because I can go back and I can go, oh, this is what came out this year that I read.
Mm-hmm.
Which is important because sometimes I don't immediately remember something from January or February.
Exactly. That's
not because like it's not great, but because I don't remember it came out this year.
Yep.
The second I'm like, oh, wait, that came out this year, boom, it goes on my list. But it's been so long and I've read so many comics since then that, until I see, oh, it came out in February, I'm thinking of it as a last year book. I'm thinking of it as not eligible.
I'm thinking about starting in January, starting a long box, and for the year, just putting the books I read in the long box, fill up as many of them as I need to throughout the year, probably. And then at the end of the year, file them away and be like, oh, I read that.
That's an option. Yeah.
But I've never kept a long box going that long without emptying it out and filing it away.
Yeah, no, I use League of Comic Geeks for my comics.
Yep.
And
I'm using the horrible
Goodreads
paid
for
one.
my graphic novels.
I'm using
that allows me to
CLZ is what I'm using for my comics.
Right.
Which I know I got to pay for it, but I like it. I like the interface. Yeah. I like the.
Yeah. So let's talk some new to order.
Sure, new comic series. We're talking new to order for 12/18. New comic series. We've got Barbaric, Born in Blood #1.
I love Barbaric.
Yeah, that whole series is awesome.
One of my brothers may be getting a Barbaric graphic novel for Christmas.
That's awesome.
Name which one?
Let
if
them
they
figure
listen,
it out.
They'll
They'll figure it out.
One of the,
one of the brothers. How many you got? 2 brothers?
2 brothers.
Yeah, I have 1 brother, so he's pretty easy to shop for.
The other one's getting a sci-fi graphic novel.
Nice.
I ordered them yesterday.
Nice. Are your brothers similar to you, or are they complete opposites?
I wouldn't say we're complete opposites, but like we definitely have some things in common and some like major differences. And really I guess one of the ways to put it is like we're different in what our extremes are.
Uh-huh. My brother is really into Magic the Gathering, and so that's kind of fun because I like fantasy and stuff like that. I'm not
Right.
obsessed with it, but that's like the only thing him and I have in common is playing Magic the Gathering together.
I mean, hey, you got something to spend. I mean, my family's been playing role-playing games
Yeah,
together since the beginning of the pandemic, and it's a nice way to connect.
yeah,
That's one of the reasons I picked Barbaric, because among other things, it's the inspiration for a character I'm playing in one of our
Oh,
games.
nice. All right, continuing on down the list, Cemetery Kids Don't Die. This is a Zach Thompson book.
We talked about that one last week,
Yep,
or the week before, something like that.
yep. Displaced #1.
Talked about that one too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We talked about a lot of these, and this one keeps coming up, but I love it. Ghostbusters Back in Town. This is a Greg Pak book.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very neat.
Greg Pak and David Bohr. Supposed to be the bridge between the last Ghostbusters movie and the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
Then the one that we haven't really talked about, and I don't think we'll ever talk deeply about in this segment because I know we're going to talk a ton about it as it comes up. Tom King, Bilquis Evely, the creative team behind Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, are doing a creator-owned Helena Windhorn.
I know.
Just looks
I'm looking
fucking
forward to
awesome.
this. Yeah, I like Tom King's creator-owned books.
Yeah.
Next up from Ram V, The One Hand, and then the sister companion book, The Six Fingers #1 from Dan Waters.
I just read like 5-page previews of them at Lunar.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty fucking awesome.
I know. I'm looking forward to both of them.
Yeah.
I think it's such a cool idea. Spider-Punk #1 from Cody Ziegler and Justin Mason. That one looks pretty cool. I liked Spider-Punk from the movie. Sunflower.
Well, we read the last
Spider-Punk. Yep, we did.
That was also Cody Ziegler.
Yep.
So.
Sunflower's one shot from Keezy Young and out on Silver Sprocket. That one looks pretty cool.
We talked about that one.
Yeah. I remember it looking pretty cool.
Mental health.
Yep. You and I from J. Michael Straczynski and Mike Choi. I said cool. Mike Choi out on AWA.
Which is like a love story in his what's the name of the universe over there?
Ugh.
I forget the name of the universe.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
don't know.
But yeah, love story in like the superhero universe they have over there.
Yeah. So that would be it for our new to order comic books.
So a couple books that I wanted to highlight because it's not quite it. We now have our highlight new to order comic books.
You're right.
The Cabinet coming out from Image on February 14th from Jordan Hart and David Ebeltoff and Chiara Raimondi, who are all people that we don't really know that well, which I kind of like too, because it's always fun to see new creators.
Yep.
This one sounds cool. It says in this vibrant, tongue-in-cheek adventure series, atypical teen Ivani and Midwestern jock Trent teleport across post-Cold War landscape to collect bizarre relics. Why? Well, because they need them to summon the arcane powers of a resplendent 17th century cabinet to fix a teeny tiny mistake the last time Ivani used it, unleashing an ancient evil from its prison and accidentally slaughtering her parents.
Yeah. Well, this sounds really cool. I mean, one of my favorite books, and I know this isn't the same concept, but one of my favorite books from when I was a kid was The Indian in the Cupboard.
Yeah.
And I loved the idea that a cabinet or a cupboard could fix something, right? They'd put something in the cupboard and it would wake up real. And
I just love the teeny tiny mistake unleashing an ancient evil from its prison and accidentally slaughtering her parents. When you've got like that level of like horror, but they're writing it that tongue in cheek in the write up that it's going to be fun.
Yep.
The next book that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to share my screen with you so you can see covers and stuff. Uh, The Infernals from Ryan Parrott and Noah Gardner and John Pearson, who did the art on um, what was the Zach Kaplan book? Mindset.
Mindset. Yep, I just came
Mindset.
across it too.
Right. So Abraham Abe Morgenstern, the son of Satan, has 1 month to live. Before he dies, he must decide which of his three wayward children, volatile narcissist Nero, conflicted field operative Jackal, or troubled schoolgirl B, will inherit his shadowy empire. But will Abe ever be able to truly cede control of the apocalypse, or does the Antichrist have something else up his sleeve?
I love the cover for it. In the reflection of the characters look human, but in their reflection, to our listeners, they do appear as devils, demons with horns and things like that. The reflection off the table.
An epic tale about family, power, legacy, and the end of the world. And I love John Pearson's art. And I don't know, it feels like was it King Lear? Is it King Lear that's the King Lear is the one with the three kids vying for the kingdom. So it feels like that applied to like the Antichrist and the apocalypse. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Looks really cool.
Let's talk some collections and graphic novels.
Sure. Let me get out of your full screen here so I can go back to my screen. Okay. Collections and graphic novels. We've got Barking from Lucy Sullivan. We talked about Barking, right?
We did.
Yep.
A couple weeks ago.
Yep. Batman White Knight presents Generation Joker from Katana Collins and Clay McCormick and Sean Murphy.
And Mirka Andolfo.
Mirka Andolfo. Yep. I was like, am I reading that right? Is it Mirka? Okay. Next up, this one we've talked about before. Bunt striking out on financial aid. And you'll have to help me out with this author. Ngozi? Is that correct?
I think it's Ngozi.
Ngozi, okay.
Ukazu.
Out on Mad Rupert, which I'm not sure what Mad Rupert is.
I don't know either, but it looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Con and On by Paul Cornell and Marika Cresta from Ahoy.
Wait a minute. Mad Rupert, I think, might be the artist. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Did I forget to put who it comes out from? Because I feel like that was a first second. Yeah, that's first second. Mad Rupert is the artist.
Okay. Our bad. Bunt striking out on financial aid. Ngozi Ukazu and Mad Rupert. There, that sounds better. Call Me Iggy from Jorge Aguirre and Rafael Rosado. This comes out on first second.
We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Eden, we did talk about a little bit. Elaine Bestmoot.
We might have to cram a few more into next week because there were so many graphic novels that looked awesome.
Let's see. Eden, Elaine Bismuth, Abel Ferry, and Christopher Sabella, and Mark Lamming coming out on Humanoids. Number 8, Fall Through by Nate Powell and Abrams Comic Arts. He's the author, Abrams Comic Arts?
No, Abrams Comic Arts is the publisher.
That's the publisher. Oh, man.
Nate Powell does all of his own work, dude.
That's true. I forget who does everything. And before Ted gets into the highlighted ones, A Firehouse of Falsehood by Terry Canefield and Pat Dorian.
You got like 14 more before we get into the highlighted ones.
Oh, I didn't even scroll down to the second list. There is another page.
River Forward, Zach Kaplan,
Yep.
Arjuni Susini, Gender Studies, Arjun Mance. I'm so glad we had this time together. A memoir from Maurice Velacoup at Pantheon. Influenza, Jade, LFT Peters at Silver Sprocket. Mary Tyler Moorhawk, and Dave Baker at IDW. That one looks like so fucking cool.
It does look good.
The Mexican adaptation of a Jack London short story by Edu Molina. Nemesis the Warlock Definitive Edition hardcover Volume 1. Pat Mills, Kevin O'Neill, Rebellion 2000 AD. Go check out my discussion with John Dunning about Nemesis because I didn't know it before that, and it's really fucking cool. Nina Simone in comics. Sophie Andriansen and various artists. Nude model and other stories, Tsubasa Yamaguchi. Return to Eden, my favorite Spanish cartoonist, Paco Roca. Search and Destroy from Atsushi Kaneko and Osamu Suzuka.
Mm-hmm.
From Fantagraphics, Secret History of Black Punk Record Zero for Reagan Buchanan. This book is so fucking beautiful. Starcross, Jerry Friesen, Robert Izagi from Humanoids and Tear Us Apart. Van Jensen, Jerry Barracall, Alessandro Maselli from Dark Horse. Now, as we were just talking, we have so many graphic novels that, we're going to have to do some extras next week, but I'm going to say that we need to do extras today too. So while I am reading about the two that I highlighted, pick two that you want to know about.
Okay.
So Blanche Goes to San Francisco from Headless Shakespeare Press is a Rick Gary book. Rick Gary was recently on the show. He's awesome, does true crime amazingly. This one isn't true crime, but it still looks awesome. One of my wife's favorite artists. After the death of her father, Blanche is back on the road again, this time landing in San Francisco for a series of concert engagements. There she'll encounter a powerful psychic, Dashiell Hammett, Harry Houdini, and President Warren G. Harding. Join Blanche on a journey of discovery as she finds out if love transcends time and space.
That sounds awesome.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, for real. What was that one?
And then
that was Blanche Goes to San Francisco.
This is the one from Pow Pow, which neither of us had heard of before, but this just looks like a really cool book.
Mm-hmm.
The writer artist is Zviane. I don't even know how. Zviane. A pair of musicians elope to an isolated cabin for a romantic weekend together, knowing they'll soon have to go back to their respective lives away from each other. For the moment, it's as if time itself has been suspended, as if nothing exists, save the words of love they whisper to each other and the taste of dry sweat on skin. But something lurks right underneath the surface, in the nameless gap between passion and reason. An atmospheric, introspective look at modern love, sex, and music for as long as it rains is the winner of multiple awards, including the prestigious Joe Shuster Award. For mature readers, it's in turns playful, erotic, emotionally tense, fractious, and ultimately despairing, says Rob Clow at High Low. And this is another one that there's a preview of it's like 30-page preview at Lunar Distribution, and it just looks really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to check that out. I'm so glad we had this time together. Is that what it was called? No, that was.
No, that's for as long as it.
That's for as long as it. Yeah, I'm looking at the one I want.
Well, I'll go pull that up. I'm so glad we've got this time together.
Yep. Sorry, I was reading the wrong line.
Is from Maurice Vellecoupe.
Correct.
Meet little Maurice Vellecoupe, the youngest of 4 children raised by Dutch immigrants in the 1970s in a blue-collar suburb of Toronto. Despite their working-class milieu, the Vellecoupes are devoted to art, music, and film, and they instill a deep reverence for the arts in young Maurice, except for literature. He'd much rather watch Cher and Carol Burnett on TV than read a book. He also loves playing with his girlfriend's Barbie dolls and helping his mom in her hair salon, which she runs out of the basement of their house. In short, he is really, really gay, which is a huge problem because the family is part of the Christian Reformed Church, a strict Calvinist sect. Needless to say, the church is intolerant of homosexuality. Though she loves her son deeply, Maurice's mother, Anne, cannot accept him, setting the course for a long estrangement. Vellecoupe struggles through all of this until he graduates from high school and is accepted into the Ontario College of Art in the early 1980s. Here he finds himself a welcoming community of bohemians, including a brilliant, flamboyantly gay professor who encourages him to come out. But just as he's dipping his toes into the waters of gay sex and love, a series of romantic disasters followed by a violent attack sets him back severely, and then the shadow of the AIDS era descends. I'm so glad we had this time together is an enthralling portrait of what it means to be true to yourself, to learn to forgive and to be an artist.
That sounds awesome. I
Pantheon does. I haven't read all of the Pantheon graphic novels, though I would like to, because they never fail to have it be. I mean, you want graphic novels that, like consistently are the type that should be listed with the best fiction or memoirs of the year,
right?
Like not graphic ones, but like literary ones. They're generally from Pantheon.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that other companies don't do it, but that's all Pantheon does.
I really like the artwork for this.
Yeah. So pick another.
Yeah, and it just so happens that it's right below it. I was just reading the little synopsis about Influenza from Jade LFT Peters out on Silver Sprocket. I've got something pulled up. It's not from the same source that you're reading it, but can I read this description that I found? Go for it. All right. So 2 years ago, the apocalypse started for the 7th time. As the number of zombies rise, so do the ranks of influenzas. Professional zombie hunters who post their lives on Influencas. It's spelled a little different. Professional zombie hunters who post their lives online. When Dottie and Beatrice, the accidental founders of the movement, are trapped in their bunker by a persistent horde, what else is there to do but take a romantic vacation? Told through the lens of interviews, social media posts, and nostalgic reminiscing, Influence is a glimpse into a day at the end of the world, past and present, and what life looks like when the apocalypse becomes predictable. I just thought it sounded really cool.
Silver Sprocket is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Silver Sprocket is one of the older and cooler indie comic publishers.
Right.
That's why I'm not finding it. It's spelled with a C.
Yep. That's why I was having trouble pronouncing it. I'm like, what does this? Influenca.
Yeah. And the art looks cool.
Yep.
Looks like it's mostly black and white, but with some yellow speech thought bubbles.
Yeah. It gives it a neat look to it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, but
yeah.
Cool.
Looks very cool. And we'll do it that way again next time. I'll pick 2 and then you'll pick 2 on the spot so that we can get that many more, because next week is our last week on this batch. Then we'll have a new batch to talk about.
That's awesome. That'll be cool.
So
can't wait. Final are we on final order cutoff for 12/17? Lilo and Stitch, also by Greg Pak. We talked about him earlier. And Julia Giacomino. Giacomino. Oh, I'm terrible with names. Sorry about that. And Blue Book 1947, #1. James Tiny in the 4th and Michael Avon Oming. Very excited about this. I loved Blue Book when it was coming out.
Yeah. And then be sure to go join the Santos Sisters fan club between now and the 19th of December. Some cool swag.
Yeah. For sure. I love Santos Sisters fan club.
Available
I've been checking
on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler, what'd you love this week?
I finally caught up. I know we talked about it last week. How
haven't yet.
We were both behind in Daredevil.
I'm still behind in Daredevil.
The Saladin Ahmed series, and German Peralta. #4 saw the return of Bullseye, so that was really.
I saw that on the cover. And I meant to catch up, and I haven't.
And I put it as my #1 because I love me a good Bullseye story. I mean, he's so vicious.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't caught up yet, but I love what Matt is going through because he's still playing Daredevil, or still being Daredevil while still being this priest. But yet nobody recognizes Matt the priest as Matt Murdock the lawyer. Nobody's putting 2 and 2 together.
I mean, of course not, because he put on different glasses.
I know. And so he's running,
and he's got that collar rather than a suit. And
yeah. But, going by the name Father Matt doesn't tip anyone off, I guess.
There's lots of Matts in the world.
The only thing I don't understand is does everyone still think Matt died? I mean, is he in hell to them?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. Well, it was a good book. I really loved it.
Well, Saladin Ahmed is amazing. Daredevil is amazing. I don't know how I managed to fall behind. I'm certain I will catch up and not fall behind again.
When I saw the cover with Bullseye on it, that's when I immediately got caught up. And
I mean, Bullseye is Daredevil's Joker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Creepshow Holiday Special 2023 from Daniel Kraus and Jonathan Wayshak, out on Skybound. This is just a fun, creepy book.
And your horror.
I know, me and my horror.
I mean, I like Creepshow better than a lot. I haven't read this one, but
yeah.
I still like to say you and your horror.
I know.
Particularly because I've managed to break you, and I can't say you and your superheroes as much anymore.
I still read a ton of superheroes.
I know you do. I know you do, but you've made certain that you read more than superheroes, and as a result, you realize that they're often the best books, and the superheroes are our candy. I'm never trying to say that the superheroes are the worst or bad or anything like that. I've always been like more if a superhero book is in my top 3, it means that, God damn it, whether you like superheroes or not, you should go out and buy it right now.
Yep.
Because yes, I know that there's amazing things that come out that aren't superheroes.
Yeah. And then my third one was Hellboy Winter Special, Yule Cat, Mike Mignola, Matthew Smith from Dark Horse. This was always just fun. This was,
their Christmas episode or issues every year are fantastic.
They're fun. Yeah.
I almost put a superhero book in my top 3 this week.
Did you?
Because Birds of Prey #4 was really fucking good.
Was it?
Oh yeah, Kelly Thompson's killing it on that book.
I almost went with 2. I almost had Fantastic Four on there, but
because I'm behind on that
because of the ending. Ryan Norris has pissed me off. The ending of that issue.
So
I won't give it away. Go on, Tad.
I have the nasty #5.
I love
John
the nasty
Lees and Adam Cahoon.
So good. I just haven't read number 5.
This is the issue where they like play the movie.
Oh yeah,
that they've been making.
Yep.
So rather than seeing them watch or make the movie, you're seeing the movie that they made. And it's really cool and fucked up and awesome and a twist at the end because of course.
Because why not?
Yeah. My second book is The Hunger in the Dusk, #4 from G. Willow Wilson and Chris Wildgoose. This is one I don't even know completely how to describe it. I mean, it's definitely a like Dungeons and Dragons role playing inspired work. You know, you've got orcs and goblins and whatever.
Yep.
But you've got a love story going on. You've got politics going on, and it's just cool. I just like it. I'm certain at some point I'll be able to say more about it. But right now, I'll just say that like. If you're a tabletop gamer, if you like your D&D, your Pathfinder, whatnot, there's a really good chance that you'd like this book. And then #3, though it could have is easily been #1, Catfight #5, which was actually kind of Catfight #5 and #6. I think they originally planned it as a 6-issue series and cut it back to 5, and made the 5th a double-sized.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Wheeler, Ilias Kriatsis, something like that. From IDW. This is just a great like caper book. You know, you've got like a team of thieves and international intrigue and a world famous diamond and just think Ocean's 11 but sexier.
Okay.
And I don't mean sexier even in the like, oh, there's gratuitous James Bond stuff going on, because there's not. I just mean like,
classier.
Ocean's 11 is old men doing this, and this is, younger, lither, the artwork is dynamic and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out.
So that's my third.
I'll wait for the trade on Catfight.
So you want to talk some Black Hammer?
Yeah. We read The World of Black Hammer.
I mean, we don't have to. We could skip Great Responsibility.
I took the time to read.
You were the one that wanted to go through Great.
I know.
You were the one that wanted to go through Black Hammer, man.
I know, and I loved it. We read The World of Black Hammer, Library Edition, Volume 1. Okay. This was fun to take a little detour from Jeff Lemire stuff and read what, he is doing. I don't mean Jeff Lemire stuff. It is still, but it's got a different flavor to it. Yeah.
Dean Ormston.
Yeah. It's got a different flavor to it. You know what I mean? Because of the different artwork. And so it was good to take a little.
I like.
Go ahead. Tad maybe frozen. There we go. Are you back?
I've been having issues, so I don't know where it was.
Okay. All right. Well, we're on we started with Sherlock Frankenstein and the Legion of Evil. Jeff Lemire and Dave Rubin doing the art, which it was a little bit jarring, but I liked this step away from the regular universe for these side stories. This was
this is actually kind of a step into the regular universe because most of what we've been reading is them in their little pocket universe.
Yep. And now we get to see what Lucy was doing outside of the farm before she met up with the group. And she came to the conclusion that she should look at the villains who were there that day. And which leads her to Sherlock Frankenstein, who we knew as readers already had some kind of relationship going with Golden Gale. Or did we know that, or did I know that because I've read further in the future?
We did, because Gale talked about that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When we were meeting Gale, we found out about that. What we found out here was that Sherlock Frankenstein had essentially been Sherlock Holmes, only a superhero version of it, but then when his wife died and he couldn't save her, it broke him, and he became a supervillain.
Yep.
And then when he met Gale, it made him whole again, and he stopped his evil ways, tried to do good again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a nice insight into. I mean, it's like we know the Black Hammer heroes, but we don't know their world. So it was cool to be able to see more of their world,
a little bit behind the curtain, like where they came from,
where we get to know them tangentially, but we get to see the world that
they left,
that built them,
and the one they left behind.
Andromeda is similar.
Yeah, Dr. Andromeda has turned creepy. I mean, like he's skulking around, following Lucy everywhere, trying to get her to figure out where Black Hammer went. He believes doesn't he think Black Hammer's still alive?
Well, no, that was Dr. Andromeda. That was actually in the Dr. Andromeda here is the story of him and his son.
What am I looking at? Am I looking at something different? Where
Kingdom of Lost Tomorrows?
I wonder. This is the story that started off with Lucy in the Hall of Black Hammer, right? In the Sherlock Frankenstein, this one?
Sherlock Frankenstein, yeah. But I was touching on the Dr. Andromeda.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Starts out with Dr. Andromeda with Dr. Andromeda in the hospital room.
Yes. Yep. I see where we got mixed up. I was still in Sherlock Frankenstein book with Dr. Andromeda in there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about him. You were talking about the actual Dr. Andromeda book that we read.
Yeah, no.
Got
Well,
it.
I was talking about how it fleshes out the world. Yeah,
Yes,
no.
yes. Okay, now we're on the same page.
Yes, Doctor Andromeda in the Sherlock Frankenstein is the one kind of egging Lucy on further, and he's the one that gives her access to her dad's lab cave,
Correct. Yep,
whatever we
that's where
want to
I was
call
going.
it.
Yep, that's exactly where I was
Right.
going with that.
Um, but then I think I like Kingdom of Lost Tomorrows even more because it not only fleshes out the world, but this has a very, and this is why I'm really glad that we read Astro City in between because I want your take. Doesn't this have an Astro City vibe on it
Oh yeah,
to it?
definitely
The
does.
the the I'm the hero, but the real story is I was off being a hero and I, forgot to remember that time is different near a black hole. So I missed my son's life.
Yeah, he came back. It was like 18 years later, and he
Right.
had gone off
And
to
he hates me now
Vietnam, and he
because, of
hates him.
course, he hates me now.
Yeah, he ran.
Because I said I'd be right back, and it's been 18 years.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be that is.
and 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 even then, he's like so set on trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. He has so much trouble taking responsibility and
Uh huh.
and realizing that it's really just that he was gone.
Yeah, I like the superhero genre being told through this type of device, right? Where Lucy is trying to hunt down where her dad went. So she's going about it. We're kind of going backwards a little bit, right? We're going backwards into talk to these old villains who are now doing other things with their lives, right? Sherlock Frankenstein's trying to go legit, right? And
Right.
it's
Well,
just
and it's a good contrast between these two too, because I mean, in Lucy, you've got the one that lost her father at a similarly young age, but
yep.
she lost him as a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas uh, Dr. Andromeda's son lost his father, but he just lost him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any, oh, he did this great thing to hold on to. It's, he had sign of first contact from an alien race and he decided that he had to go investigate it alone.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's it. And that's really hard to hold on to as my dad loved me, but there was something that was truly more important.
I agree.
Lucy's able to, my dad loved me, but everybody would have died, including me and my dad,
Mm-hmm.
if he hadn't done what he did. So yeah, it's that interesting dichotomy in terms of uh, children abandoned by superheroes.
Yep. I really like the Dr. Andromeda story better as a story.
Oh, I love the Dr. Andromeda story.
Yeah. And Max Fiumara, I think is his name.
So.
And did the artwork, and Dave Stewart did the colors. I just like the artwork better. It's got
I mean, I like David Rubin a lot, so I don't know that I like the artwork better, but I'm not surprised that you do. I've gotten a feel for what your favorite comic art is, and it fits.
Yeah.
You like clean lines more than I do.
Yeah. Although
I mean, I like clean lines too, but
I am drawn to that, except when it comes to Jeff Lemire's own personal art, because when he does the artwork, it's almost like beyond sketchy.
Yeah, but he's got the how to put this, because actually Rubin's lines are clean. It's the color that's not.
Yeah, the color's really muted. It's got a
it's
got a
muted,
golden
but
age
it's
feel.
Also psychedelic.
Yeah. It's got a golden age feel to me, which I think is cool.
Whereas the colors for, well, I was talking the colors in Dr. Frankenstein.
Yep. Yep,
or Sherlock Frankenstein versus Dr. Andromeda is a muted Golden Age feel.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see that. Um,
I don't think I'd ever describe Rubens' colors as muted. They follow themes. He's like hard green into hard red,
yeah,
purple, blue.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm just re-looking over them right now. They're just not.
I mean, Rubens' colors are kind of an acquired taste.
Yeah,
I will absolutely say that. I love them, but I think it took me time to love them.
it almost feels like they bleed together.
Sometimes.
And
I mean, where I really paid attention the most, in the pandemic, Matt Kint and Jeff Lemire wrote a book for David Rubin to draw that got kickstarted called Cosmic Detective.
Okay.
And when I got my PDF of it initially, I almost thought that there was something wrong with the colors. Took me a couple of reads to go, oh no, this is how it's supposed to be, and really get into it. So I get, but that's one of the things that I love about Lemire with the Black Hammer universe, is that rather than being uniform, he really does like it's a love letter to like all superhero comics.
I agree.
It's not a love letter to Golden Age or Silver Age or even Bronze Age. It's
parts of it are. You know what I mean?
But that's my point. It's a love letter to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that is one of the differences between it and Astro City. Astro City seems much more grounded in like the Bronze Age.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Silver Age, maybe the Silver Bronze Age,
Agreed.
But there's nothing that feels
it doesn't feel
wholesome
modern
and one-dimensional as Golden Age stuff, and there's nothing that feels quite as vicious as modern age stuff, right?
Right.
Whereas Lemire does it all with Black Hammer, and he does it all with affection.
Mm-hmm. Very much
Did
so.
you see the and this just is a sign of, because it would be years before he actually did anything with this. Did you see, what was it, in the bar in Dr. Andromeda, where Dr. Andromeda's at the bar with the winged guy?
Okay.
And Skulldigger's on the TV.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Well, and the wing guy, I mean, just look at these new heroes, for fuck's sake. I mean, this clown, the Skulldigger, all he does is kill bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just beats them to death. Since when does that make you a hero? And Andromeda's like, right, you just brained them with a mace, right?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Hey, I never killed the bad guys. I mean, of course we killed in the war, but that was a different time. I mean, it just love the old man get off my lawn feeling of that.
Yeah, and then it transitions right into Dr. Andromeda. So, my son, he's dying of cancer.
Right.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Doc. It just brings...
Yeah.
Brings him down a notch.
Yeah, no, I love the humanity of...
So
well,
good.
and I love the whether it's old comic book writers, old ball players, old politicians, whatever, there's definitely a huge group of them that are like, in my day, it was better.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're just forgetting all the bad parts.
Exactly.
So I just love that dichotomy. It kills people, yeah. Whereas you just hit him in the head with a mace. Yeah, but I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, except during the war.
They were just brain damaged. So anything else on those books, Ted? I think we've pretty much covered it. Those were awesome books in my opinion.
Metro Book 2 for next week?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm in the zone with Metro with Astro City, and I'm not checking them out from the library. I've decided to buy them because I wanted to own them. So
they're so good.
They are incredibly good.
I want hardcovers.
Mm-hmm. I've been looking for them.
I want hardcover releases. There haven't been yet, but I'm hoping.
Okay, that's why I haven't found them because I'm like I've been looking for them and I haven't found them.
Well, he just moved back to Image.
That's right.
And that's when they started doing the Metro books. So I think they decided to do the Metro books first. I'm hoping that eventually we're going to get like the hardcover Metro books or maybe something like that. Because Image does great hardcovers. So,
yeah, they do.
You know, yeah. Cross the fingers.
All right. So that was our great responsibility this week. Next week, we're going to be going back to Astro City with Metro Book number 2 or volume 2.
Yep.
And yeah, Tad, what are 3 books you hope will be spectacular next week?
See, next week has so much ridiculously good shit coming out.
Okay.
That I had to text Chris Condon to get a PDF of Enfield Gang Massacre. I was happy that I already had a PDF of Beyond Real. I was happy that the Wrong Earth We Could Be Heroes came out digitally last week. So I could have 3 that I know are spectacular. Beyond Real is very likely to be my favorite book next week.
Okay.
Enfield Gang Massacre is really likely to be my second favorite book next week. Wrong Earth, We Could Be Heroes, I'm really glad that I get the opportunity to talk about now because as good as it is, I think it's really unlikely to make my top 3 next week.
Okay.
Just because another thing that didn't make the 3 books that I hope are spectacular is Edward Baker and Sean Phillips, Where the Body Was.
True.
And for that matter, the Voyage de Gourmet from Paul Tobin and John Milton that we've talked about a few times.
Yep.
The YA like cooking thing. And there's a really awesome looking Macbeth adaptation coming out next week. And for that matter, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees number 2 got knocked out of my 3 books that I'm excited for. I can't wait for it either.
Yeah.
Scrapper number 6 got knocked out. Space Usagi Death and Honor number 1 got knocked out. Quick Stops Volume 2 number 1 got knocked. Kevin Smith got knocked out. Danger Street number 12 got knocked out of the 3 books that I'm hoping for. That's how crazy good next week is.
Yeah.
Killmore number 3 got knocked out. Because David Lapham, Maria Lapham, Under Heist number 1 from Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Love David Lapham to begin with. David Lapham doing a heist book just is like super exciting. Brian Bendis, Alex Maleev, Masterpiece number 1 from Dark Horse. And, you know, again, Bendis and Maleev, like, arguably the best Daredevil team ever. Teaming on a creator-owned. I mean, yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the one that I want to spend a little bit of time with because anybody who's not reading it really should. Sounds like it worked out nicely with the obituary that he got to finally publish in Rolling Stone. Because Waller versus Wildstorm number 4 comes out this week, and sounds like this issue was inspired by the late and not lamented um, Henry Kissinger. By Spencer Ackerman and Evan Narcisse Jesus Moreno. Spencer Ackerman is best known as the Pulitzer Prize winning reporter who's covered police corruption in Chicago and the war on terror, but has been doing just a fantastic job with like this global espionage piece. Amanda Waller, Wildstorm, Lois Lane tracking down a story. This has just been an amazing book, and it wraps up with issue 4. Again, if you haven't read it, you really should. If you don't read Spencer Ackerman's Forever Wars, if you care about global politics, particularly as it pertains to the quote-unquote war on terror, it's essential reading. I want to say most of it's a free newsletter, but give him your money because it allows him to continue working independently. He's been absolutely essential reading with the Israel crisis. Spencer Ackerman. Evan Narcisse.
Awesome.
Evan Narcisse seems to be the guy to go to because I remember and Coates got great on his own.
Right.
But I remember his first 6 to 12 issues of Black Hammer felt like a novelist writing a comic.
Yep.
But then he did, I think, World of Black Hammer, or I forget what the book. He did a 5-issue miniseries with Evan Narcisse. And both was that the best Black Panther that Rise of Black Panther is what it was.
Okay.
Both was that the best Black Panther that I felt Coates had done up until that point. But I also very much felt like his comics work got significantly better after that. So yeah, Evan Narcisse seems to be the guy to go. I mean, and Narcisse has done great work on his own. I don't want to take away from Narcisse as a writer individually, but he seems to absolutely be the guy to go to when you want to take a great writer and help them become a great comics writer.
Right.
I remember being really excited just from the get-go when I saw that Ackerman was going to be working. I mean, I was excited to see Ackerman working on this comic to begin with, but when I saw that he was writing with Evan Narcisse, I'm like, oh, then any worry I might have had is gone.
Yeah.
I will definitely be rereading the whole series this week. And cannot wait for the Tuesday drop of Waller versus Wildstorm.
Yeah.
Number 4. So how about you, Tyler? What are you looking forward to?
Well, Cullen Bunn, I like Cullen Bunn's horror stuff. He's got a new Invasive series called Invasive number 1 with Jesus Hervas from Oni Press. That looked pretty cool. Really excited about Space Usagi. That one was not on my radar until you just brought it up, so I just added it.
What'd you take off?
What's that?
What'd you take off?
The Haunted House.
Okay.
The one where the house is kind of coming alive. I know I said I wasn't going to read it, but then I reread it again, and I'm kind of like, it's called The Haunted House, a love story.
Right. So now you're like, I'm going to read the issue 2 at least.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm very excited about Scrapper number 6 from Alex DeCampi and Cliff Bleszinski.
I'm very, very, very excited for that book. Like I said, it's one of those crazy good weeks. Crazy good week.
A lot of good stuff coming out. Well,
no chance that I'll read everything that I want to read this week.
Not with reading another omnibus of Astro City
and prepping for one of the interviews that we have over break that I'm like wanting to do real prep for.
Okay.
And therefore already working on, and I do still have school for 2 weeks.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
all righty.
Well,
Any last thoughts?
no, that's it. I got to head off to my daughter's Christmas program.
Sounds good.
So,
Well,
anywho.
I hope she breaks a leg.
Yeah. She got a new dress. She's very excited.
Oh, very cool.
Yep. So
Very
she's
cool.
very excited for that. But anywho, we'll catch everybody after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.